Namaste students. In the lesson Climate, Soil, Natural Vegetation and Animals of Karnataka, today we will learn the period of retreating monsoon, the winter season and the soils of Karnataka. The period of retreating monsoon. So this period of retreating monsoon is also called northeast monsoon. Why is it called northeast monsoon? Because it blows from northeastern side of India. If you remember, during the rainy season, the monsoon winds enter India through Kerala. So that is southwest direction. And they proceed towards the northern side of India and northeastern side of India. They blow nearly for 4 months, June to September. This is because of increase in temperature and decrease in pressure on the land. By the time of September or when the month of October begins, the temperature decreases or there is drop in temperature, and you have studied about the relation between temperature and pressure in 8th standard geography. When the temperature increases, pressure decreases. When the pressure increases, temperature decreases. Decrease in temperature and increase in pressure causes this northeastern monsoon or retreating monsoon. During this period, the air is dry and the winds blow from northeast to southwest. The dry air blows from land to water because land has high pressure and water has low pressure during this period. The dry air catches moisture from Bay of Bengal, and sometimes during this period cyclones are also caused and rainfall occurs in some of the districts of southern Maidan. The state receives 12% of rainfall during this period. This is about the retreating monsoon. The monsoon is going back. For 4 months, monsoon came to our country, caused heavy rainfall. While going back, this retreating monsoon causes rainfall to the coastal areas of Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and few districts of Karnataka also. This is about the retreating monsoon. The last season is the winter season. During this winter season, temperature, rainfall, humidity, they are low. Average temperature of Karnataka is between 25 degree to 27 degrees Celsius. January records lowest temperature in Karnataka and the weather condition is very pleasant. This is called the tourist month of Karnataka. Southern Maidan will have moderate temperature, but northern Maidan, most of the districts have low temperature. Belagavi district recorded the lowest temperature, that is 6.7 degree Celsius. As I told you, rainfall will be low or very less. Temperature is also less. During this period, Karnataka receives 1% of annual rainfall. This is about the winter season. Soils of Karnataka. The top thin layer of the earth's surface is called soil. How is soil formed? Yes, you studied about this in 8th standard geography. Soil is formed by the weathering of rocks. The soil quality depends on the type of the rock. So based on that, we can divide the soils of Karnataka into different types. They are red soil, black soil, laterite soil and coastal alluvial soil. Let us study the red soil. Red soil is formed by the weathering of granite or gneiss. Red soil contains iron oxide, so it looks red in color. Red soil is rich in iron, lime and salt, but contains less amount of humus. And one more thing is, it doesn't hold the water for many days. So red soil is poor in retaining the moisture, so it is not good soil or it is not fertile soil. Red soil is mainly found in southern part of Karnataka, that is southern Maidan. Which are the crops grown here? The southern Maidan is famous for ragi, jowar, bajra, millet, pulses, tobacco, groundnut. So these crops can be grown in poor soil with less water. But the following crops like paddy, sugarcane and fruits and vegetables, they are grown in the area which have irrigational facilities. Black soil is formed by weathering of basalt rocks, so it looks black in color. Black soil is rich in aluminium, magnesium and oxides of iron. This is also called black cotton soil because this is suitable for growing cotton. One of the specialities of black soil is it has the ability to retain moisture for many days, so it is rich in soil nutrients. Since this is very fertile soil, many types of crops are grown like cotton, jowar, maize, oilseed, chilies. So these are the crops grown in black soil. Which areas of Karnataka have black soil? The areas are almost all the districts of northern Maidan. They have black soil. Laterite soil. This laterite soil is seen in the areas which receive heavy rainfall and high temperature. How is this laterite soil formed? Water-soluble lime and silicates dissolved in rain settle down, and iron and aluminium, which are non-soluble in rainwater, they remain in the top layers of the soil. As I told you, this is seen in the areas of heavy rainfall and high temperature. Soil becomes soft during rainy season and soil becomes hard during summer season. And this soil becomes so hard that it is used for construction purposes also. The people use them as the bricks while constructing the buildings. So it is very, very hard and it gives strength to the buildings. What type of crops are grown here? Cashew, coffee, tea, cardamom, pepper, rubber, coconut. So these are the crops grown in this area. Since the soil is not fertile, they have to provide the fertilizers, and this type of soil is mainly seen in part of Western Ghats, that is Uttara Kannada, Kodagu, Chikmagaluru, Shivamogga, Dakshina Kannada. In these areas, we can see the laterite soil. Coastal alluvial soil. This coastal alluvial soil is seen along the coast due to the deposition of alluvium and sediments. The rivers, when they are flowing to the sea or ocean, they deposit the alluvium and sediments on the coastal areas. Then this soil consists of sand and clay soil, or this is like sandy and clay soil, which is rich in organic nutrients. What type of crops are grown here? The crops are as follows: cashew, paddy, coconut, arecanut, banana and other crops. Where can we see this alluvial or coastal alluvial soil in Karnataka? This soil is seen in the coastal areas of Udupi, Dakshina Kannada and Uttara Kannada.